everyone. How's everyone doing? Welcome to Star Wars Sundays. I am Jay, also known as Neophyte3 on the socials, your host, your GM for today's and wonderful session. But enough about me. Let us introduce these wonderful and talented players that we have at this virtual table before we dive into our Shadowport adventures. Luck of the draw here on the Emporium for the Wayward Gamer. Starting off, Bill, how you doing?
Oh, I'm doing great. Come on, it's Star Wars. It's Sunday. Things are fantastic.
That it is. How are you doing, and who are you playing?
Well, I'm doing great. I'm saying, and I get to be Kier Starfall, your young, excited to be flying a Baudu class space yacht. This is like the coolest, nicest ship he's ever flown. Human pilot, and it's going to be a fine ride. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be so smooth.
No problem.
No problems.
As long as no one lets him have gas station burritos.
Yes.
Rocket wraps. They are not gas. Rocket wraps, and they're delicious and they're convenient and they're there for you to use while you're flying.
Yep.
And we have just canonized rocket wraps. So
Available at Tashi stations wherever you are.
Thank you, Bill. So glad to have you. Jim, how are you doing?
Good. So I'm Jim, Hawkmere1 on Twitter, and I'm playing Clicky the Jawa Gunslinger in tonight's episode.
Yes, and what is Clicky going to be able to get into tonight? We'll see. Yeah, because something might be. Yeah, I got something planned. Anyways, Emily, hello. How are you doing?
All right. It's been a lot of stuff going on this weekend, so it's nice to finally have some more chill time. Playing Linurad, your Polis Mossen tech. Your favorite Polis Mossen tech, the only one you know.
Yes, who has an incredible slicing abilities and just brain mechanic of just how things work. And, where the situation of the ship is not her fault, right?
Look, if I find an empty smuggling container or 3, that's not my fault.
No, you were just tracking the inconsistencies in the system. That's all. Thank you, Emily. Kurt, how you doing?
Hi everybody. I'm Kurt, also known as Kurt Benetis, because I'm boring. I'm playing Chaff this evening, our resident Malarian who, his job is to sell things, but realistically at this point, it's just to keep Linu from saying all the bad things.
Okay, but does Lino actually say bad things?
There is such a thing as too much honesty.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
I don't understand the problem, Jeff.
Yeah, and I know you don't. Yeah, we'll get there, though.
Thank you, Kurt. Adam, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing great. I'm Adam. I'm HOOBUK Hubuk on most of the socials, and I am playing Shiloh Din, the Togruta medic and former freedom fighter, here hanging out with you on the ship, trying desperately to keep you all alive.
Yes, and your skills may or may not come into play today. We'll just have to see how things kind of evolve, because I think everyone will be interested in the recap that we'll have in just a moment. So, but anyways, hi everyone. Welcome Wayward Gamers to the Emporium. We are going to be playing Star Wars Edge of the Empire RPG. For those that don't know, please, as I'm putting a whole bunch of information in chat that isn't working, but it should be working because, hey, there you go. Spelling is important. Anyways, thank you for joining us. If you have a chance, hit that subscribe button. We also have a Patreon, which will be popping up shortly. We have some merch if you really are interested in some stuff that we have. There's a lot of stuff going around. We take a look at our socials. Thank you so much for joining us. If you're catching our VOD, we have a YouTube channel as well. You can always catch it there. And if you need any, to find us there. So, last but not least, two other things that we're going to talk about real quick. is it is okay not to be okay. Several people in the community talk about mental health, and here at the Important for the Warrior Gamer, we find it very important as well. If you need help, please seek it out. You'll see that if you need to type !help, some information will pop up if you need to find it. We care about you. We want you in the community. Please stay in the community. If you need it, find it. And focusing on all that. With that being said, we're going to move to a quick recap. What are we doing here? Well, our crew have been hired by a financial benefactor who's offering them the chance at a franchisees of a delivery and or shipping company that would be there. And to test them, to make sure that they're trustworthy and able to complete said, they have an interview process, the 2-stage interview process. This interview is that they're going to they've been hired as a repo from a repo company to escort a luxury liner yacht back to the Port Moors, located in the Boda system, which actually you will see on the little track that they're going on of the map that is in where our wonderful player V, who is not here today, you'll be able to see what route they're going to be taking. Unfortunately, it's been about 7-8 days. They've got a few stops. They've been relaxing. But Lino found something as she was trying to fix something on the ship. It tracked down to a secret compartment, and they went down to open it up. They split the party while Kerr and I believe Shiloh? No, Kurt and Shiloh, you're in the cockpit, are you not? If I recall? Or who's in the cockpit?
Well,
There's only one man who's in that cockpit.
Right,
and
that's
we
me.
dare not disturb him.
So Kerr is everyone else is in the cargo bay?
I think Kira was in the cockpit. I remember that Shiloh and Ivry were sharing some drinks.
Yep. Then they
at some point.
They eventually went down
and
to
made
the
their
cargo.
way. Yep. And then everybody went to the cargo bay except me, because somebody's got to be behind the wheel.
So, and you found 2 secret compartments. You opened both of them up, but when you open the second one up, this wafting smell of decay and just bad. And you all rolled resilience checks. Some of you made it. Clicky, you're like, yeah, this is a group of, home. And a few of you others were like, yeah, it's a little toxic, but you know what? I can handle it. Linu, unfortunately, I believe you've got...
Yeah, I did real bad on that resilience check. I've got to set back die to everything for the next day.
So those people that failed this wafting smell is they get a setback for the rest of the day, so to speak. And what you found is a carbonite chamber, like a big vat that's been melted. So whatever, if there was something inside, came there, unfroze, uncarbonite, and there's a little liquid on the floor, as well as some tubes that kind of come home. And we left, as in Ivry looks at this and takes a drink as she says, oh shit, is the realization that this was a pirate trap. A trap left by the pirates many years ago from when they originally took over the ship. They left a little surprise, and it wasn't until Linu reestablished the connection that it finally activated. And that is where we're picking up right away. Is this, you're in the cargo bay, Kurt, you're up, Kerr is in the cockpit. What would you like to do?
Well, Shiloh actually would is probably going to start investigating. So I want to take a look at the liquid and see if I can, I'm trying to remember. I don't have a tricorder. Wrong universe.
You don't have a scanner, but you can kind of take a look to see where.
I don't have a tricorder.
But yeah, I want to try and see, like, can I find any fluids to test? Can I make out anything that's happened here? Like, are there any like biosign readings from the container or anything like that?
Okay. Before you roll, we're gonna go around and find out what everyone's doing, like immediately right away, to kind of see how things. So Chaff, you're standing there too. What are you going to do? Well, Shiloh's going to go inside and kind of investigate.
He is just going to be like, oh, God, blow it out the damn airlock. What the hell is that smell?
All right. Clicky.
So we can see that there's like liquid on the floor.
There's a little bit of liquid on the floor.
Okay. And
there's some liquid in this vat. Like
Okay.
I said, chamber.
And there were like wires or tubes and stuff that looked like they disconnected.
Yeah, that came out from the machine that was holding it, that was kind of processing it. And there were some 2 wires that kind of came off of it.
Okay. Well, Clicky's going to draw his pistol.
Okay.
Because his answer for everything is violence. So.
And are you in the room or are you standing outside?
Well, if Shiloh's going to start moving in, and since Clicky's a little bit smaller than him, Clicky's going to be like right behind him so that if something pops out, I can shoot between his legs.
And the room is dark, but it's large enough that it's a good 20 by 10 foot room. So, I mean, it's got some heft to it. Okay.
Yeah.
Linu, what are you doing?
I would basically just be standing there, like kind of turn from that grayish white to a more greenish white, just as the smell hits and as I realize I'm just backing up. I don't, excuse me, rough throat. I don't think I'd really have much to say because my little finger taps would be off.
Okay. And then, Kerr, you're in the cockpit. Is there anything special you're doing?
Yeah, so right about now, because it's nighttime, it's later in the evening, as I recall, the crew starts hearing some soft quaint jazz coming through the speaker system as I'm like trying to tone from my earlier Trandoshan, musical outburst. So I just wanted to everybody have it come out and be real mellow. So it's got that, nice chill vibe for the evening. Okay. I know people are probably trying to go to sleep and they're
perfect background music for
what's
exactly.
So as you're here, Avery is kind of takes her drink. She's like, well, shit. And she actually kind of looks at you, says, I'll be right back, and starts to walk towards the door to kind of go up. But right before she gets there, all the doors all suddenly just slam shut. And for whatever reason, the secret compartment doors start to close, but jam. Both of them jam. V sneaks through the door as it shuts. The cargo bay door shuts. She sneaks through. The cockpit door shuts as well, slams shut. Every door seems to be shut, and suddenly the alarms start going off. Doot, 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 doot. And just as this moment starts to happen, the cargo bay, there's also an additional alarm going off and a light going off as the ramp to the outside is starting to open. Force field not engaged.
Oh shit!
I'd like to go ahead and connect to the computer.
Computer off? What?
Connect to the computer from here and prevent the cargo door from opening first.
In the secret compartment, there isn't one. You have to go all the way over to the other side of the cargo bay. As you're running,
I have a data pad.
Oh, you have a data pad. It's not synced.
We gave you a data pad when we built her.
Yes, but it's not synced to the ship. You have to actually go to the terminals and do. And there's there's 2 different terminals. But as it's hitting, suddenly this gust of wind starts pulling you. I need everyone in the cargo bay to give me just an easy athletics check.
Am I seeing alarm klaxons or any notification in the cockpit? Or
yes, you are.
Okay,
it's going off, and what you're seeing is security protocols engaged, alarm engaged. So as Linu is running towards the terminal, the air is starting to just get a little bit difficult. The door hasn't opened just yet, or just enough to suck anything out. So I need this dice pool are set, and I need everyone in the cargo bay to give me that athletics or coordination, or you know what? I would even go with brawl, like brawn, because you're trying to grab onto something if you wanted to.
Does that include me?
Yes, if you wanted to. Yeah.
I can use coordination.
You can use coordination.
Thank God.
And the dice pool are set.
And then if I need to just add the setback die, I can increase that one on the top to the little black square on the top to 1, right?
That is correct.
Cool.
Okay, odds meisters. What's better?
Really? And we're starting it off again? What is
Wait,
this
it
crap?
didn't add the setback dice.
Nope.
What's better, 3 greens or a yellow and a green?
Ooh.
3 greens might be.
Probably
3
3
greens might be.
greens?
Yeah, because you got 3 dice.
Okay.
Going.
Okay. Doing it.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh,
I'll manually roll the setback die. I think this will do it.
Actually, I've got it set. So,
oh,
yep, no, that's fine. That's fine. So basically, yeah, nothing happened. So, Shiloh, you're successful. Linu, you're successful. You actually used the momentum to move you towards the the computer terminal. And you actually, it's like, it looks so poetic and beautiful as you just ride the suction and you just like bounce and like immediately click right into the and just start slicing into it.
I'm very
Hey
accustomed to
everybody,
traveling
I've got a
ships.
security alert. It looks like there might be maybe there's a breach on the ship or something. Hey, everybody should get up. It looks like there's a security alert.
And Shaft, as you start to realize you starting to get sucked towards, as it's starting to open up a little bit, you feel that, and it took you off guard because you're standing relatively close to it. And as you're going, you just kind of put down and you're able to grab that little, nudge of where the floor is. And you're able to grab into it and hold right onto it before the big air just starts to suck open.
Can I spend my 2 advantage to grab hold of Chaff and help keep him in?
Definitely.
That tracks.
At which point, Linu, that triumph, what else would you like to do the triumph? Pretty much shut it before it opens, or what would you like the triumph to be?
Yeah, shutting the cargo bay before it's opened would be my main priority.
Yep. So this is poetic. Like, you exactly know where it was and you just hit that button, and suddenly as it was just about maybe an inch or two, it was get to about that 2 inches, starting to open up as the air starts flowing in. It just stopped and just shuts. And you activated the force shielding on it at the same time. So if it does open again, the force shield is actually up.
I like that result.
Okay.
I'm real good with ships.
I think I got the.
We talked about this.
I think I got the force shield up and the doors closed in the back. Everybody. I think I don't know if that's what they were trying to get in or something, but is anybody there? Does anybody hear me?
Yes, here we hear you.
No. No, you don't.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh.
No, you don't.
I'm just seeing readouts, and I see that it was opening and closing and the shield up. So I'm assuming the flailing buttons I'm doing did something.
Mashing.
Yeah, you did.
Meanwhile, you've got Clicky holding on to Shiloh, who's grabbing a hold of Kurt.
Yeah.
Chaff. Yes.
Yeah. Here's like when your little sibling wants to play video games with you and you hand them a controller that's not plugged in. I did it, everybody.
Idiot.
I totally just beat you. You're playing as the computer kid. It's okay.
So as you're at the terminal, the doors are shut, they're locked. They're in a security lockdown. Here, you're seeing all the buttons, there's a lot of alarms starting to go off. Your door is locked. We're going to go around again. What do you want to do? Here.
I want to do a sensor sweep to see if there's some ship that's around us that's like somehow snuck up on us? Because obviously something's gone bad. So I'm looking for an external source.
Okay.
To start with.
The dice pool said, give me a computer check, please.
There we go. A success and a threat.
So take a strain from this stress of like, oh, whoa. And as you put that sensor out, there's nothing around you. And you're still in hyperspace. And yeah, there's nothing around you. Everything is good. The system, something like I said, all the systems internal is just going like multiple alarms are kind of hitting at the same time. But yeah, it's nothing's outside that you can detect. With that being said, Clicky, as the air starts to hold down, what's next on your plate?
Well, something obviously triggered it. Clicky's going to do like a visual search of this room. If it looks like something may have crawled up into the, into the ships, like something escaped from this thing and is now inside the ship, messing with the wiring and stuff.
All right, we're going to do that in a second. Linu, what are you doing as you're sitting at this terminal? You got everything shut. What is your next thing that you want to do?
First thing I'm doing is stabilizing the doors if they're still slamming shut and open, shut and open.
Nope. So all the doors except for the secret compartment doors, the secret compartment doors are jammed open. All the other doors are shut and sealed. And it's going to take a mechanics or a computer check to unseal them.
Okay. If they're not actively opening and closing, then my priority would be to investigate why they did that.
Okay. We'll get to that roll in a second.
Yep.
Chaff, what would you be doing?
He would be more than likely trying to find a way to get the doors open.
Okay. More or less same thing as Linu. Shiloh, what would Shiloh be doing during this process?
Kind of similar to Clicky. I'm going to get my gun out now, and and I'm going to hug walls and stay close to things to grab onto. But I'm going to start looking around, trying to figure out like what was in here and where did it go.
Okay, all righty. We're gonna go with. All right. So Shiloh and Clicky, I would like you to give me a perception check, please. And the dice pool is set. It's gonna be average with a setback because of the darkness and things of that nature.
Okay.
But I have glowy eyes. I have dark vision. Sorry, wrong game.
He has a point. Oh. He has a point.
Oh, he does have glowing
I finally got one instead of Emily.
So with that,
I love sharing.
With that being said, both of you failed to notice anything specific. Although Shiloh, you do have two advantages. Clicky, you have you're taking a strain for that threat, but you do have a triumph. Even though you failed, you have a triumph. What is it that you're hoping for? You said you wanted to see if anything crawled up or anything like that?
Yeah, like is there like an obvious opening in the wall or something where something would have crawled up into the wiring or
as you're looking up and stuff like that, you don't see anything. But as you step down and you look underneath your foot, and there appears to be a bolt, as if, there's some scrape marks on it, as if it got scraped off a droid, potentially. And as you kind of look back up, you realize that maybe one of the air vents or something, it may have squeezed through and it lost a bolt that was on the ground.
Okay.
At which point, your obligation of obsession kicks in. You will add 2 more strain.
What?
Yes. You add 2 more strain to your character. Everyone will add 1 strain to their character, please. As Clicky's obsession with droids and his hatred of droids and the realization that there's a droid and something else potentially on the loose in this ship.
This is gonna end well.
As you notice, Clicky is now
something's gonna die.
So there's not just one, there's potentially two things running amok on the ship.
No.
Yep. And with that, Linu, you were looking at trying to figure out why the doors were shut and trying to open them, correct?
Yes,
All
the
right.
correct ones.
Which correct ones are you looking at opening?
Not the like cargo bay loading door, but like the door to get out of the cargo bay and the
Okay. The dice pool is set. It's going to be actually.
Do we have my setback die in there?
I do have your setback dice, so you don't need to do it. And with Chaff, I'm giving you a boost because Chaff is helping. And Chaff, how are you helping Linu in this process?
I imagine. Nice.
Is he doing the Walmart thing of saying he's magic and can wave the doors open?
Yeah. Hey, lady, this normally works. It ain't working. What's going on? Why is it not? Wait a minute. He literally does. He goes, well, I mean, I know one thing generally works. And he goes and he finds like the largest wrench that he can find because, only a total idiot would use a wrench as a hammer and then starts just banging on the door. He's just like, well, you just got to hit it a few times and it'll start working.
Yeah. Linu, please give me the dice are set. Please give me your roll.
Is it computers?
Computers, yeah. Or, yeah.
There we go.
There we go. All right.
Good at like three things.
You are good at three things. So as you start slicing in and figuring out, you actually figure out that this computer system and this alarm system was triggered. And you realize that there is a subroutine in this. And as you start trying to there was something that got introduced into the system that basically somebody may have sliced into this and is causing this. And you pick that up right away. You don't have a distinct sense of what it is or who it is, but you know something is. Was accessing the system not too far away, and it's like I said, it triggered something and it's going out. Just about this time too, everyone on the ship hears a loud roar coming from your suspect is the lounge area of some sort of creature.
Great.
Who brought the Wookiee?
You hear that too, correct?
Yep.
And
I heard it.
And you were able to get the doors unlocked and open if you would like.
Do I hear that too? Up on the
you do.
In the cockpit?
Yes.
I key the everybody mic because I still don't know that. I'm like, hey, that sounds like there's something big and not friendly. Maybe on the ship. Can anybody hear me? Clicky? Anybody?
No one's answering. What would you like to do next?
I'm gonna let Clicky kind of take the lead, but if Clicky's going towards the lounge, I'm gonna go as well. Or did you disappear into the crawl spaces?
Well, so that was going to be my question to Jay. Mm-hmm. How difficult is it for Clicky to get up into that crawl space?
He's too big.
Okay, so then he'd head for the door.
Okay.
Can I tell if my door is still locked? To the bridge.
You believe it is. You would have to do. You could use a computer program or mechanical in here and try to open up your door if you like.
Right. Well, but it was giving me readouts that so am I seeing a difference in the readouts? Like mine's locked, but other ones are open now, or
possibly yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's still a little haywire, but yeah.
Okay.
And Clicky, you probably noticed that Shiloh is does not look stupid with a gun. Like he's not like advanced, but you can tell he knows how to hold it. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to like
So he's
follow
not chaff.
nonverbal cues. He's not chaff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Sorry, Kurt.
the doors
I believe
open.
this is where shots fired would
Yeah.
apply.
The doors open, and so Shiloh's going up to the lounge. Clicky, you're heading up to the lounge.
Oh yeah, I'm assuming Clicky's in the lead at this point.
Chaff, what is Chaff doing?
Yeah, angry little shit, ain't he? All right.
So
Chaff pulls his blaster, of which he is quite familiar with, and says, "Y'all ever think about maybe talking to it versus just no click that? All right, well, shit. All right, here we go."
So as you're gonna, what is Linu gonna do?
am I in the engineering bay?
No, you are in the cargo bay.
Okay, so there's actually a terminal in the cargo
Yep,
hold.
there's a terminal in the cargo bay. The doors to the engineering room is shut and locked, but the doors to up to the lounge are now open and unlocked.
Where would I hide? Are there any good places to hide, like where I can like peek around the stairs like a kid who's scared of like Are You Afraid of the Dark?
There, the stairwell goes up. There's the observation place up in the front of the ship.
Yeah, like I'm thinking like right here
Yep.
or right here where like I can just peek around the edge of the wall,
Yep.
but not actually engage.
Yep, you can do that. Okay. So as you're kind of going, and are you going to the left? Well, and actually, I should have asked, which doors are people going through? Is everyone going to the right and going up, or are you splitting up?
Oh yeah, let's split up. That's a good idea.
It's two staircases going up, so you could get a flanking maneuver.
Oh no, we're all going up. We're all going up the same side. I think that's a safe bet.
Clicky was going to the left.
Got it.
Yeah, right.
So as you start getting up, the thing that you notice at the top of the stairs, right in from, you see Every's body laying on the ground.
Shit.
Well, that ain't good.
Nope.
Oh no, I'm gonna check her vital signs.
And as you start getting up, you all notice something moving in there's like some liquid and something moving around hiding underneath the table. Maybe there's something kind of slithering.
Hey, howdy there, friend. You wanna come out and we can see you? Or the little guy here is probably going to shoot you, and I really don't want to have that happen because bloodstains out of a hull is hard.
And Shiloh, you could grab Avery and move her back so you can take a look at her.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah, I'll try to pull her out of the lounge. And
like I said, she's right at the entrance, kind of like stairs, so she's not fully in the lounge, but like right there, and you're able to kind of bring her back a little bit. If you'd like to do a medicine check, you can.
Yes.
But let me double check something real quick.
And since I had 2 advantage on my last roll, can I use those to add a blue to this check?
Yep. Do that.
Cool.
So yeah, the dice pool is set. I've got a setback in there because of something, and it's gonna be a hard check. Actually, I'm gonna drop it down to an average check just to kind of give you a sense of what she's got. So the dice pool set.
Okay. All right. Oh, hey, hitting a triumph.
So she's unconscious.
Okay.
And what you get from this though, what would you like that triumph to be? Because that was a success and a threat and a triumph. What would you like that triumph to be? What were you looking for?
I'd like to make that triumph be I can put her somewhere, like maybe there's a door right there to a closet or a storage space or something where I can pull her in and shut her in and keep her out of harm's way if she's okay. Assuming I don't need to immediate medical attention, I want to be able to just kind of put her away safe.
So there's a gun. There's a gunning turret right there that you're able to bring
Okay.
her right in to that. No problem.
Okay.
The other thing is the things that you notice, like she is unconscious, but she has no physical wounds.
Okay.
But you do notice a little bit of green substance around her nose and mouth, as if she ingested something.
Ah, interesting. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna like rip rip part of my shirt away and tie it around my mouth and nose, and I'm gonna like quietly get Clicky and if I can Chaff and Linu's attention and like make a sign to like cover your mouth, cover your nose.
Okay. Which brings up Clicky and Shaft.
Yeah.
As you're at the top of the stairwell looking in, you saw Shiloh goes in and starts coming back. Are you waiting there, or are you going to go into the lounge area?
Oh no, I go in. I'm trying to talk to it like it's a puppy.
Okay. So as you start to kind of look around, you see it appears to be like a tail, and then you see some claws, dark black claws, and you hear this hissing sound.
Hey there, friend. It's all right. We ain't gonna hurt you. What are you doing? Where'd you come from, little guy?
Clicky sets his blaster to stun.
Come here. I want to try and charm it.
Okay, so as you start to kind of look around, it appears underneath the table there's some sort of creature you've never seen before. Maybe it's just this weird. It looks like a lizard nexu, like that cat with a big mouth and a long tail, but it looks reptilian.
I fetch about 50,000 credits. Come here, little guy. Come on.
And it looks at you, and it's just kind of looking around. It doesn't necessarily look at you. It's just kind of looking around, hissing. Kerr, as you're about this time, Kerr, you're in the cockpit. Anything you're doing in the cockpit while this is kind of a lapping?
I think that at this point, Kier is looking for. He hasn't heard from anybody. Now he's starting to get concerned. He is reticent to open the door, however, because he doesn't want the ship to get taken. So he's going to just try to use whatever. And he looks around and he realizes there's no security cameras. He has no way to actually see what's happening. So he's just going to try to like use whatever readouts he has to try to like see if there's systems down or doors open that should be closed or closed that should be open. I'm looking for any kind of aberrations in the ship that I can just get from readouts.
Okay. Give me a computer check, please. And
okay,
I'm gonna say, yeah. All right, dice pool set. So you're looking at this going, yeah, there's a whole bunch of readouts and things of that nature going on. Some doors are popping up, some doors aren't. Like the information is just kind of scrambled a little bit. But with that advantage, suddenly your door unlocks for a quick set. Unlocks.
No, that's not an advantage. Wait, no, unlock the door. Lock the door. I see the door unlocks and then I call lock the door, because yeah, you have to keep the cockpit secure.
And it locks, and then it unlocks.
Oh God.
And then it locks, and it stays locked.
Right. I was going to say it's lock-a-mole, which I'm perfectly fine with.
Yep.
We need be, but
okay. Shaft, Clicky, Shiloh, and Linu, as you're moving up towards and look, this thing is just kind of looking around. What do you want to do?
Not moving off the stairs for clarity. I'm literally trying to just peek around a wall.
Okay. Yep. Okay, you're peering around the wall. Shaft is going up to say hi.
No, I'm legit wanting to make a charm roll.
Okay.
I want to try and charm it.
Okay.
Clicky's.
I've got one skill in this party, all right? It's stupid, but I'm going to do it.
Clicky's aiming his blaster at it in case it starts to go at Chaff.
Okay, perfect. Shaft. You know what? I'm trying to figure out what the it's gonna be ones.
Listen, I'm good with animals, all right? They like me, all right? I'm
cheering
just a
Chaff
friendly
on.
I'm just a friendly person. Look, same skin tone.
rooting
All
for
right?
him.
We're all right, you know?
Dice pool are set.
All right, let's see what happens. I'm sure the difficulty you've made for this is insane, but let's see what happens.
No.
Yep, it is. All right,
It's
so
1, 1, and 1.
but I didn't threaten it.
But you did get an advantage.
But you did get an advantage. With that advantage, what are you hoping for?
Like, I don't know.
So
I
you
don't know,
tried to
Chaff-
charm it, and it didn't.
Chaff keeps candy corn in his pocket or something, and just kind of like tries to throw one out at it, like give it a little treat or something.
Keeps candy corn.
It just crawls into his pants.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
like, I keep Star Wars candy corn in my pocket or something.
So as you kind of throw it, it doesn't. The advantage is it doesn't acknowledge it, and it doesn't acknowledge you.
That's
As it's
just
going-
expensive.
As it's just going back and forth and just hissing.
Oh, all right then. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take out my pen because I'm gonna have a space pen because I mean any good
Yep.
person would, and I'm gonna throw it at a metal wall.
Okay. So you throw it at a metal wall. Clicky, while he's throwing it at the metal wall, are you doing anything? Anything? You're just
Yep,
preparing.
I shoot it.
You shoot it.
God damn it! No.
So we're gonna say that it hits the clicky. It throws and doesn't. It hits the wall. It doesn't make it. No attention towards it.
No.
Clicky, I need you to. You're gonna roll me a shot.
Yeah. So I get, because I was aiming, I get 2 blue boost dice.
Okay.
And then do I get to add for my quick strike also? Because it hasn't acted yet.
No, but I'm gonna actually. Yes, I will add that third boost in there.
Okay.
So, and the dice pool are set. So let's see
All right.
what you do. It's behind some cover.
Oh yeah, it goes down.
So 5 successes. That's 6 advantages and a triumph.
No way. That's a real dice pool. There is no way. There's a real dice pool.
You added 2 extra boost dice to yours.
Did I?
Holy
Yes, you
crap.
So you weren't supposed to have 5. You were only supposed to have 3.
3. Okay.
So I'm gonna
I mean,
say
take away 2 of the successes and 2 of the advantages
Yeah,
to make
you
it 3 successes, 4 advantages, and a triumph.
yes, that's what we're gonna
What
go
a
with.
lousy roll then. Boy.
Wow.
You shoot it behind the car. It goes. It will go right at its head, and passes right through it, and hits a council. And suddenly you hear this as the image of this creature shifts as if electrical and the
So I hit the droid that was controlling it.
not quite. You hit the communication system because the system, the communication and entertainment system that is the luxury
Oh, okay.
provides lifelike
Images.
And you just shot it and hit it, and it's shifted and basically shut it down.
Okay, good.
It's a damn hologram, Clicky.
The entertainment system I fixed.
Yes.
You did.
So as part of that, as part of the triumph,
Yes.
and because this has something to do with the communications, does this affect Kier's ability to communicate with us?
No, unfortunately. Well, you know what?
Percussive troubleshooting.
You know what? For that triumph, I
It's
would
because,
say
because
yes.
technically my gun was set for stun, so it wouldn't actually be doing damage to electronics.
I will say because you can use that triumph, you short circuited something, and whatever was having the communication jam, you released it. The jam is now done, and you can communicate with everyone. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect use of the triumph.
Okay. And then as soon as we realize that it's a hologram, Clicky starts running down the hallway towards the cockpit.
Okay. So suddenly, Shaft, Shiloh, Linu, you see this image just kind of like phase and just go out. And then all of a sudden, you, like I said, you realize that the comms are still up and you see Clicky run. What do you want to do?
It's a damn hologram. What the hell? I just start looking around more generally in the area of which wherever Evie had gone down to see she ain't gonna drop on her own. Something had to have caused her to drop. So like he's gonna look around to see what he can see.
I'm not gonna make you roll because you actually don't see anything because there's really nothing. Yeah, there's nothing there. Nothing would stay. There's no blaster marks. There's no, nothing that you could tell. Like I said, Shiloh was able to find out some things.
I'm going directly to the entertainment console to see if I can turn off whatever entertainment that was pre-programmed was playing.
Okay. We'll get to that. And then Shiloh and Chaff, what are you going to do in the meantime?
I don't know. Look for something big and hairy, I guess, that let out a roar.
You realize that the entertainment center is what let out the roar.
Oh, okay. All right, then. That doesn't sound like no domesticated animal. All right, then. Well, the hell are these, like Trandoshan pets? What are we doing here? All right, so I guess I will go and see if I can be of some assistance, if any, to Shiloh to help with Evie.
Okay.
Yeah, are we clear?
Yeah, just... the damn hologram.
That's really annoying. So there's still something out there, right? Something messed with her.
Well, I mean, shit, there ain't nothing there now.
Hey, she seems to be okay. She's just unconscious, but she's safe. I'm gonna.
Did you shove her in a closet? What is this?
It's the gunnery cockpit.
Yeah, closet. That can't be good for her neck.
Well, it's better than being mauled by a giant lizard.
It was a hologram. It wasn't a real lizard.
Okay, well, we didn't know that at the time, did we?
Well, I know that, but what I'm saying is maybe we should move her to a bed or something.
Okay, well, you pick her up. Help.
Okay, I can do that. And he just kind of does the whole under the arms thing and does the awkward walking backwards with your passed out drunk friend.
So you make your way back up to the lounge, and there's her room is kind of down the hall.
Yeah.
Well, so as you're doing that, Lino, you're going to be looking at this, but Clicky, you run down here towards the door where there's kind of a circular. The door's locked.
Okay, but we know the comms are working. Have we heard Kier talking back to us?
Yes, Kier. Now you start hearing Kier talk.
Yeah, I think what you hear is in a mid-sentence, fucking doors. Come on, no, stay locked. Okay, good. All right, okay, doors locked. All right, let's figure out why no one can hear me. Let's see.
So Clicky starts going off on Kier. And he's basically trying to get him to unlock the doors.
Okay, Clicky, you guys can hear me? Everybody can hear me now? Can you hear me, Clicky? Can you hear me? Okay, yes, I have secured the doors. Don't worry. No one's going to be able to get in here.
This is when Clicky turns around and looks back down at the hall at Shiloh and Chaff, and he just raises his arms up. He's like...
And Linu is that you can see Linu plugging into the communication thing and looks back at you. All right, so Linu, you are looking at the communication, correct? And what are you trying to do?
Make sure that whatever engaged the entertainment system is turned off.
Okay.
And see what program it was running.
Okay. The dice pool. I will check something wrong.
What an interesting tone.
One second here. Double check.
That's the tone of how many red dice do I want?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, it is. I am determining how many red dice. Okay. Yep. There we go. Yep. Gotta check that. Okay. Okay. I'm giving you a boost because of your previous triumphs in general and before. The dice pool's set, so let's see what you get.
All right. Wish me luck.
Okay.
Could be worse.
You take a threat. So that threat, you're going to take a strain. As you're kind of going, because whoever did this covered their tracks. And it's frustrating because you're better than this. How can someone be better than you and the computer? Why isn't this information here? And you were able to successfully like modify that. There's no other information. Like I said, you wanted to you shut down this communication, correct? Right?
Yeah.
Actually, let me take back the threat. Take back your strain, because what that threat did, as you're going through it and testing it, you hit another subroutine.
Increase my strain?
No, yeah,
or
decrease it. Decrease it.
Okay.
So that threat is not strain. The threat is you hit another subroutine fixing this because it was an offshoot, and you realize that someone has set multiple subroutines in this computer system. And right now, Kerr, you know that nice mellow music that you were projecting through the ship?
Oh, some very chill, quaint jazz.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It ain't quaint no more, because Gamorrean opera now is blaring through the entire ship. And alarms are going off. This wailing, snorting, and growling of voices echo through the PA system.
Oh, this is not on my playlist. What the hell is this?
Oh, finally, turns on something good.
Oh, hey, Jay.
Are you kidding me? It's making my horns ache.
Clicky was supposed to have 5 blue boost dice because the pistol is a lucky pistol and it comes with 2 naturally. So it is, when I take an aim maneuver, it is 5.
Oh,
boost dice.
That's right.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, that's right.
That was a legit roll. All of those. I get credit for all of those.
Yep. Okay. I think we broke Kurt.
Yeah, I'm just here. Man, I don't have I've got one stat with a single yellow die. What did I do wrong in character creation? Holy shit.
All
You
right.
spent it all on characteristics.
Yeah.
I guess.
Gamorrean opera is now blaring. There's alarms going off.
It's very, very loud, and all this stuff is going on. As if you would like to take another, if you would like to shut it off, you could, if you'd like to.
I would.
I'm trying to. I don't know that anybody else is. I'm like, no, this is not. No.
It turns out it's just Kier keeps messing up the subroutines that I'm fixing.
Yes. Kier and Linu, please give me, the dice pool is set. Give me another computer check to see how well you're working in tandem together.
And he still managed to fail worse.
Oh my god.
3 failures and 2 threats, 1 failure and 4 advantage.
Does this mean the doors open up now?
If it didn't show the green and yellow dice on the readout, I would assume Bill was not remembering to roll them.
So you failed to turn off the Gamorrean, but here's the thing. You're working, it's just going back and forth. So from now on, until you can get it off, everyone is going to have a setback dice because this noise is just disturbing. The advantage and the threats are going to kind of cancel each other out in a way, but the advantage is the doors for Clicky and the cockpit all open up.
Perfect.
I'm gonna, as Kerr, you're trying to do this, suddenly you hear your door unlock.
Oh, damn it! And he's gonna try to lock it again, but
I'll distract him long enough that I can try for getting the Gamorrean opera off.
And Shaft and Shiloh, you're still working towards the room to be able to get this, and by the time you get after one more effect or one more roll, then you're going to be able to get to the room. The door is locked, but Linu might be able to access with her next roll to be able to access one of those.
Is it really though? It's
Um. So Kilky, you're gonna run to the
Here,
cockpit.
yeah.
And Kier,
because I'm checking. I want to check on Kier to make sure he's okay.
So Kier, Clicky comes in. Anything that you're gonna do in this particular situation?
So yeah, so Clicky comes running in. He's got his blaster out. You can still see there's a little bit of smoke coming from it, and he just points at you and starts yelling and screaming. And he, he's gesturing and.
Look, I don't know what happened. The door's not off, security alarms. It's a crap security system, way worse than I thought they would have on a Bowdo class space yacht. All I'm saying is the music system's screwed up. The doors are screwed up. I can't believe this thing is even still staying in hyperspace, but I'm doing everything I can.
Okay. Linu, what do you want to do next?
Get that opera off because it's too like the opera and the alarms.
The opera, for whatever reason, you can't turn it off. You might be able to shut off the communication and the audio, and that would reduce the setback for everything. Otherwise, you can't turn it off. You'd have to.
I'll go for turning off the audio.
Okay, so that is not going to be that difficult. You do have a setback because of the opera. You have a setback for the nausea that you've been experiencing. And it's going to be...
Okay, I'll use a light side point.
Ooh, I will upgrade then.
I'm determined to get this damn music off.
Please.
Okay, the dice pool is set. Let's see what happens.
Oh, there we go.
So you turn off the communications and all the audio. It's just silent now. There's no noise. There's no nothing. So that setback will not be in there.
Just the hum of a ship engine.
Yes. And Kerr, as you were just saying, we're still in hyperspace. As you come out of hyperspace, and I need just right on cue, I need everyone to give me an athletics check.
Can I use coordination?
Can I make the move for coordination as well?
All right, you can make it. I will coordination or athletics. As you are jostled, trying to stop as suddenly you come to an immediate stop out of hyperspace. So yeah, dice pool is set.
Wait, I'm very confused. It rolled the wrong dice for me. It rolled 2 yellow, and it should have been a yellow and a green.
Oh, I've got you upgrade. That's why I've got everyone upgraded. I forgot to take out the upgrade.
Oh,
that's fine. No, that's fine. We're gonna leave it that way. We're just gonna leave it.
Oh, okay.
So
I was like, wait, that's not correct.
Oh yeah, I see.
The GM forgot to take out the upgrade, which for this, not a problem. Shaft. Yeah, you suddenly get jostled as you're carrying, and as you're putting Avery on the bed because the door you were able to get the door open, but you bonked your head for a second. You're going to take a strain. Linu, you fly back onto the ground. You're not taking damage, but you just fly off and you're prone on the ground as you weren't expecting suddenly the ship dropping out of hyperspace. Shiloh, you were able to grab and make sure nothing happens as you're carrying Avery. Kurt, you're in the seat and you're like, oh, and you're facing the other way. You're like, yep, you've experienced this before, so you know exactly what needed. Clicky, you've experienced this before with Kier, but unfortunately, you bumped into something and you're going to take 1 strain from bumping in, and just the stressfulness of something is doing this and it's really pissing you off.
Yep. Okay.
Probably a droid Clicky.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna die.
Shiloh, As you try, you're in the other room, and Clicky, you're in, and the communications. There's no communications, but you can yell down the hallway. The doors are.
Oh, I was saying that out of character.
Got it. So
I'm playing Clicky's subconscious obsession.
Yes.
Got it. What would you? Oh, yeah. Okay. What would you like to do next? Here.
I've got to start a systems check. What the hell just happened? Why did we drop out of hyperspace?
Okay.
Engines something, and I'm like, and I'm saying, I'll even say like, did something happen with the engines? We're out of hyperspace. And then I'm just gonna like do whatever checks I can from the pilot's seat.
Okay. So
here, I don't think anything happened with the engines. I don't think anything mechanical happened with the engines. Another subroutine was activated, which is what locked your doors and set off the alarms and played opera and played a lizard video.
Well, we're out of hyperspace, so I can't get us where we're supposed to go until we get back in hyperspace. I'm gonna start running systems checks, but is this just something that tripped? Like,
are you thinking of a breaker flipping?
well, like, was this like did somebody like throw a switch back there or something, or did this just start happening? Like,
No, this started happening for apparently inexplicable reasons, though it could be related to the hidden compartment we found filled with the smell of death.
the what?
The smell of death. Or the hidden compartment. Which part were you confused about?
Pretty much both. I mean, a hidden compartment makes sense if this was. Even I'm sure luxury vessels have smugglers' bays. I mean, that makes sense. Everybody has things they want to hide. But was there something? Was someone dead back there?
I'm not a doctor. I can't tell you that.
Shiloh, you're a doctor. Was there somebody dead back there?
Can I hear him?
So here's the thing. Yes, you're yelling down the hallway towards each other. So both of you can hear the comms are offline, but you can yell at each other down the hallway and speak to each other because the doors are all open.
All right. Okay, so I'm hearing this.
Mhm.
Okay. I'm not sure if it was something dead. It definitely smells dead. That's for real. But we think it might have crawled into the crawl spaces inside the hall.
Shiloh, are you saying you saw something crawl into the crawl spaces?
Clicky found a hole in the wall. Looked big enough for something small to get in there. I'm not making that up, right? Adam's
Nope.
not making that up.
Nope.
Okay, that did happen, right?
Yes.
Can you show me the hole?
Well, it's not necessarily a hole, but more of an air like
It was like in the air vent.
in the air vent that it just like it's squeezed through. So there's a little bit of scratches and something. He found a bolt on the ground coming from it as it's kind of like squeezed through.
Yeah.
Can you show me where you saw evidence of something climbing into the wall?
Yeah. So just kind of make sure Chaff's you got Avery. Okay.
Yeah, and she's in the bed. She's in the room in the bed now.
Oh, okay. All right. Just don't let her die. Buckle her in or something.
You think I'm staying in here with her? Hell no.
Well, lock the door at least. And I run back to meet Linu by the cargo, the secret compartment, and show her where the little gap is.
Okay. All right. Shaft, well, they're going to go down back to the secret compartment. What are you going to do during this time?
I mean, I'm going with them.
Okay. You're going to go, all three of you are going to go down.
Yeah.
Clicking Kier, as you're in the cockpit, they're yelling, we're going to go down, back, and show. What are you going to do?
Clicky's going to start doing a room-to-room search.
Okay.
And I'm going to start doing like a systems crawl as best I can up here to try to figure out what's offline and get it back online. If I can do that from here, basically, whatever I can do from the pilot seat.
All right. So we're going to start with Kier. Give me a computer's check to figure out what's online, offline, things of that nature. And the dice pool is set for that. Okay. 2 successes and a lot of threat. So as you're kind of looking, you realize that the hyperdrive engines are offline. Something has taken it offline, and it's not coming back online. It needs to be fixed. The problem is there's a lot of other things going on. The audio is out. There's the system is starting to take some strain from all of this. And you realize that the computers are going wacko, and it's as if something's just the ship is becoming sentient. No, just kidding. It like I said, a lot of the systems are going wacko. There's the alarms kind of going off and in. You're getting those trips of like you're out of hyperspace and you're just kind of drifting. You're still flying, but it's just not working. The doors, some of the doors are locked. Some of them are now opened, but the alarms are kind of going off. So it is a little bit of a buzzing in here, but you're not sure how to fix it. It's one of those things where you might be able to change, like get some things under control, but like I said, you're not sure how to get you're not able to get the what's the word I'm looking for? The hyperspace back online from the cockpit.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell down the corridor like, hyperdrive is offline and I cannot get it back on from up here. We are.
Can I even hear that yelling from the cargo bay?
System.
You're gonna hear it. Yes, it's gonna.
Like I'm top of my lungs yelling.
And as you just get to the cargo bay, as you're hearing it echoing from the back down, you kind of get it a little bit, and before you get to the secret room.
I cannot make my speaker yell without damaging multiple eardrums. Could someone let him know that I am working on it?
She said, hold your goddamn horses.
No, I said to let him know that I don't think he has horses on.
Yeah, I mean, I said the same thing you did, just a little different. Let's go.
So as you make your way through the cargo bay, you get through into the secret room. Smells horrible. Shiloh kind of shows you that it's not almost an air vent, or there's something else shift, and then you can tell that something was scraped and moved into the hull and is going through the system. Now you tried to crawl, but you're too big. This thing is something about this size crawled through that area.
But can I see from because this would be the first time I'm seeing it? Can I see from the evidence that it looks like a droid is what's doing this?
Possibly. There's scratches, like metal on metal scratches, as it was getting into the ceiling area.
So,
and you found a bolt on the ground, so the bolt's gonna say that there's a droid. Yeah.
Although this isn't the raw application of speaking binary, I would like to speak binary into the vent and say,
hello, who's there?
Nothing.
If you come out, I promise we won't harm you.
Nothing.
And I'll look at Shiloh and Chaff.
Did you hear any scuttling or sounds elsewhere in the ship?
I didn't hear anything. All I heard, I'm still like reeling from the Gomorian opera. My horns are very sensitive.
You know what? I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to cover my face up with a wet rag of some kind. And I am going to go look back at the secret hole to see if I can find anything there of use or value to further this investigation of any kind.
Okay.
Or get my head chopped off, one of the two.
You know what? Give me a perception check. And
Perception.
you know what? Yeah, the dice pool set. I'm gonna give it an average.
Perception. Let's see here. We got average. I think I'm gonna fail this.
One
No,
success.
hey, I got a single success. Hey, you know what? Broken watch, still right twice a day.
So as you're kind of looking, and you realize the two wire cables coming off this device clearly had an input and an output, as if something was plugged into it. Something about the size of this droid mechanical that, based off of what Linu has said and things of that nature, something got activated, and that something got activated from this chest, like the carbonite thing. But the other thing that you notice, there's only a little bit of liquid outside, not enough, and it's just pooled just outside. So if something crawled out, it just would have stood right there, and it didn't go anywhere. And in your mischievousness of things, you start to think that maybe nothing was actually inside. And that maybe someone just took a little spoon and just went like that and dumped it on the ground to make you think that something crawled out.
All right. So there's nothing else really in there. All right, then. All right. Well, I basically do my best to relay that to Linu. And just kind of, yeah, that's confusing. That's confusing.
And you remember what Avery said, that this was a pirate trap. Clearly the pirates left something, which basically something now is deceiving you. And with Linu, you're figuring out, based off of hearing off of this as well, it's possible that they left a droid that's now doing something to the ship.
It's that little droid Leia had. I'm going to smash it with a hammer.
No, Lola's the best.
Not anymore.
Not for long.
So, Linu, do you think you can? How do you get a droid out of the walls?
Well, it depends on if the droid is in the walls for harm or for hiding. See, if it was here to hurt us, it would have already, but it hasn't hurt us. It's merely played pranks, like a sibling.
Well, except for the time it almost flushed chaff out of the cargo hold.
Almost is very important. It didn't.
But something took out Avery.
You said her mouth was covered in a liquid, though.
Yeah.
What was the liquid?
Well, I haven't had a chance to test it yet, but seems like something that made her go unconscious.
It almost was
my
like
assumption.
It was an aerial knockout gas.
Yeah, there's a name. Yeah, anesthesia.
Anesthesia. So it was an aerosol anesthesia type.
Yeah.
Something that's gas knocked her out.
Yeah. So this aerosolized anesthesia was put in her face by something. So it's,
But
I
once
mean,
she was unconscious, it didn't attack her.
correct. It didn't kill her, so maybe it's not necessarily deadly. But I mean, either way, it's really causing some problems right now. So can you get it out of there?
Logically, it went upstairs to the lounge, which means the next nearest area would be the sleeping rooms and the escape pods. So I believe we should go upstairs.
I just kind of yeah, I guess I will pull out my gun and and
No, I suspect that it would be the use of guns that is making it so skittish. Most droids have the capability of thinking to preserve their own continuity.
So you're saying don't shoot it?
If it's not actively threatening you, I don't see a purpose in shooting it.
Okay. And I'll put my gun away. Somebody might want to tell Clicky not to shoot it, though.
We can tell him when we get upstairs.
Going to be too late by that point because Clicky's by the circuit bays, and there's a good chance that that's where it is.
So during this time, so Shiloh, Lilu, and Chef, are you eventually going to be going back up to the lounge after this?
Oh, I would have already started proceeding upstairs after being like, let's not use guns.
Yep. Okay. So as you're working on Clicky, you're going to be going, as you said, you're doing, you're going room to room to see. Yeah. Now the doors here are locked, but we're going to not have to roll every single time, but over the course of time, you're going to be able to open these doors and system, and you're checking them. By the time they get up, you're going to be hitting the first room in 12. You've checked all the 13s. You've checked all the 13s. You're on your first number 12 when they start coming back up. And as you're doing your sweeps, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing any anything that's going around. And oops, sorry, 1 second here. Oops.
So the 212 would be Kier's room and Clicky's room.
Yep.
Okay. So
yeah, it's, like I said, you finally get each door open. You're looking. You're doing a full scan of the rooms, and you're not finding anything in the rooms that resembles anything. So but here, I need you to give me a quick perception check, or I would even go as far as saying a piloting space. When you're ready. Oh, you're mute.
Sorry, it or you is going to apply my modifier, correct?
The modifier being
-2 black dice on any piloting space check.
The black setback dice. I will take care of that. So I will remove that black setback dice. So go ahead and then give me that wonderful. The dice pool is set.
All right.
All right.
There we go.
As you are in the cockpit and doing and all the sounds are starting to go off and everything else, you notice something. A communication was sent.
From us or
from the
to
ship.
us?
No, from the ship to another sector.
Can I tell where it was sent or what was sent?
Based off of it was only a success and not any advantage. You can't tell what was sent, but you know that it was sent to a location actually kind of far away, but it was a quick message. That was it. You just know there was a quick message sent from the ship.
Kier's gonna like kick around the chair and look back and sees like nobody's in the cockpit with him because Clicky took off, and he's just gonna yell down the hallway. Hey, looks like somebody or something sent a message from the ship to another system somewhere. I don't know what or where, but that's probably not good.
Is it a system we're flying to?
No.
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
And
That seems
Avery said this was a
problematic.
pirate trap, so it's probably signaled to the pirates.
and then
Damn it.
as the impulse engines cut out.
No.
And that is where we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back in about 5-10 minutes. Grab your drinks, refill, restroom breaks, and we will be right back. So stay tuned. Hello,
Wow.
everyone. We
Not
are
hard to
back.
beat.
Welcome, Wayward Gamers, back to the Emporium for our Star Wars actual play, Edge of the Empire, Shadowport Adventures, Luck of the Draw. We have left. The ship is having some issues. They've narrowed it down that there's a pirates left a little droid on the ship to cause some havoc. And with the hyper engines down, and now the impulse engines going down, and a communication that got sent off, the group is in a little bit of a bind. So what would you like to do next?
No. Impulse engines are down. Impulse engines are down. Shh, Bantha Poodoo.
Okay, this is really not good. Quick, how do you hide from pirates?
Well, you need engines to do that one, generally speaking.
Linu? Don't you fix engines?
Let's follow the trail of our secretive droid friend, and perhaps we can figure out why it is shutting down the engines.
Well, I mean, best case is they're shutting it down so their buddies can come pick it up.
Do we still have
Logically,
forward
that would
momentum?
mean
You still have a little bit of forward momentum, yes.
Sorry, I'm
logically that would mean that it would end up in, based on the map of this floor, one of the circuit bays.
Yeah, but Clicky already checked those, so it's not in those.
I mean, wild idea, but anybody ever just try maybe attaching a magnet to a string and just dropping it down till it connects on something? You know, like when you lost your keys.
It's like
No.
putting a rocket wrap on a fishing line and dangling it in front of Kier. He might
It'll get us
actually
where we need
outsmart
to
it.
go. It'll get us where we need to go.
Do I still have maneuvering thrusters?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm going to put the not violent, not in any way that's going to give us a problem. But I'm going to put the ship into a spin, like a tumble spin.
Okay.
That's a good
Because I
trick.
don't want to just be doing this if somebody decides to come up and board the ship. I want it to be where they have to do some level of piloting to actually try to like attach to the ship in some way.
What you're saying is you're going to try spinning because that's a good trick.
So if it's not in the circuit bays and it's not by the terminals and it's not in the cargo bay, I think the next logical location to check would be the engine bay.
I mean, if it's only like this big, it could really kind of get anywhere at this point, couldn't it?
Well, yes, that's why we're checking everywhere.
Lino, you're thinking, since with your wonderful 5 intelligence, you realize that this thing probably isn't as smart as you, even though because you've been able to get through everything with all these subroutines. It's just, it started ahead of you. It started running through. And it is small, so it's probably traveling through certain ducts or with the in structure. But as you're thinking now, you're like, okay, how would you trap a droid in a location?
Well, okay, so here's a question I have.
Uh-huh.
It's a spaceship, right? Which means likely there's going to be segmented areas that you can airlock off, including air vents.
Uh-huh. Yes.
So could I take an action of like closing off all air vents to the engineering bay, closing the door from the cargo hold to the engineering bay, closing the right side stairs so that we would have to go, so the only way out is basically the left side stairs, essentially funnel him.
Oh, very doable.
I'm trying to think of, yeah.
Very doable. And as you're thinking about this, taking the time, so something's going to happen right before this roll.
Sure.
But yeah, I'm going to say it's going to be a hard check, but I'm giving you a boost because of you've been in the systems before and you know engineering.
I've found multiple subroutines now that we're in there.
You know what? Actually, I'm dropping it back down to an average. It's an average check with the setback because of your stomach. I'm giving you a boost because of this. But yeah, if you want to corner this and like cut off all exit routes, go in here and be able to do that, that's, yeah, the dice pool's set. So go ahead and give me that roll. So
oops, all advantages.
All advantages. So you're not, because of some of the doors and some of the issues, I'm going to say it's not, you can corner it. Actually, with the advantages, all the vents are stopped, potentially. So it can't use it actually would have to use the normal hallways if you wanted to, with using all 4 of those advantages.
I have not been fully successful at closing the doors, so I will need someone to take a position on the right staircase while we descend the left staircase. And we are not shooting to kill, we are just attempting to capture the droid. It is possible we could speak it out, talk it out of, discuss with it its mission.
All right, then. Like, Chaff takes off his jacket and just kind of holds it out.
Here.
Yeah.
Suddenly, there's an alarm going off. Beep, 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 beep. And you're reading it. And Lino, you actually, when you're in the system doing this, you realize too, you pick up that there's an alarm going off. It basically is that there's an alarm that the turret gunner system is online and overloading. It will explode in 30 minutes. It cannot be remotely turned off.
Clicky, do you know how to turn off a gun?
So, okay, so this is now I'm going to bring up something. So, since we've been in the ship for a while, and you and I have discussed this, Jay, everything in the turret's already been customized for Clicky.
Yes.
Okay. So,
book sheets and everything.
Oh, yeah. So, the second that information is relayed, Clicky is bolting for the turret. Because it's basically, he knows that he's the only one who's probably going to be able to do this.
So suddenly, Chaff, as you're about to get it, Clicky runs right past you.
Clicky, don't kill it. Linu said we can't kill it.
And you rush down, and sure enough, the system is starting to overload. Like the gun system is starting to overload.
Okay.
You need, if you'd like to turn it off, it will take a
Yes.
mechanics check.
Oh, God. Do I get any kind of advantages because of my customizations?
Yes, I'm giving you a
Okay.
boost. It's going to be a setback, and it's going to be an average roll.
Okay. All right.
Light side, take a light side, Jim. For God's sake, take a light
Yeah.
side.
Just
Take a light side.
take a light side point, man. We can't afford to have another hole blown in this ship.
We're good, guys. Trust me.
Are you going to take a light side?
No.
Okay. All right.
Oh man.
There you
Okay.
go.
The dice pool are set.
Ah! Success.
With a threat, you probably just permanently shut the engines off or something.
Nope,
No,
nope.
not from the gunnery thing.
So you start to turn it. So as you're doing it, suddenly it dropped from like 28 minutes down to 5 because of you like twisting the wires and stuff like that.
Right.
And then you undid it and you turned it off.
Okay.
The overload off.
Now, does Clicky notice anything odd in the cockpit?
Nope. No.
Okay.
Something, it went in and it modified the turret gunner a little bit to specifically to overload.
Now Clicky's really pissed because now it's messing with his stuff. So,
So what's the rest of you are down in the hall, down into this, looking outside.
Trying to flank it.
Okay, you're flanking it.
Yeah, I'll cover the one hall one staircase if you two want to go to the other one.
So the 4 of you are outside. You open the doors to the cargo bay. It's dark with a little bit of the lights kind of going on. You look over and you see the door to the engineering ajar.
It's where we're headed.
So yeah, this door right here is ajar. What do you want to
The
do?
only time a door is not a door.
So you move towards there.
Yep.
And
Trying to move a little quietly, not like stealthily, but like not trying to sound. Yeah, when you're trying to walk up on a scared cat.
mm-hmm. Okay. And now, give me perception checks as you're
Okay.
looking into this room.
Should I make one as well from
Yep,
coming down the other side?
All 4 of you that are down there.
Okay.
Or did I set?
The dice pool are set.
what are we rolling? Perception?
Hey,
Perception.
Oh, I know exactly.
nicely
what that
done, Clicky.
Fucker is.
Wow.
That tracks.
Kurt.
That
Yeah.
tracks.
I have just a blank. Everything canceled out.
Yep, everything just perfectly canceled out. So you're just
Is this everybody? Am I making this too up in the cockpit or no? This is everybody in the back.
So that's everyone that's in the cargo bay.
Got
So
it. Thanks.
you're like putting out these fires and stuff like that, and you're doing a little bit more. Here's the question: did you want to try to track where that signal went, or do anything else in the cockpit?
If I can try to figure out where it went, because I'm kind of on board with everybody else, so this has probably been a call to like bring a ship in. But if I can try to figure out where it went, even generally, I might be able to estimate how much time we have.
Perfect. Give me
before somebody shows up.
Give me a computer check.
Oh boy.
Take a strain, because here's the kicker. It probably went off to another system. You probably have maybe 2 days before something comes.
Oh, okay. All right. That's wow. I'm curious, oddly encouraged by that. That's way better than he thought.
Mm-hmm. So as everyone kind of comes into the room over here and they're looking inside from right here. Clicky, as you're looking in, you hear. So actually, it was Clicky and Linu. As you're peering into the engineering, as you're looking around, you realize it's behind you.
So it's in the cargo bay?
It's actually in the cargo bay.
Okay.
And
that makes the flanking maneuver more appropriate.
And as you turn around, you see it standing right here next to the button for the ramp.
Look, he shoots it.
Good news, we have the force.
All right.
No.
No hesitation. He just turns and fires.
I'm giving you a boost because that's there. It's gonna be. Yeah.
Don't worry, my blaster is still set for stun. I never took it off of stun.
That's fine. That's fine. The dice pool are set. Give me Clicky's roll.
Hold on a second. I gotta switch to my combat tab.
3 successes, so that's 8 points of stun damage as you blast it, and it just hits and goes, and suddenly 2 little arms kind of come out, and it's like, you know how it's got all the little devices, you know, things of that nature, and some of them just come down, and one stands up. Yep, pretty much. And it's about to hit the exit.
Oh. Stop! Don't.
Okay, are we in combat now?
And she'll be actively trying to speak binary with it.
We are going to roll vigilance. Yes.
Okay.
We are going to roll our vigilance real quick to see who gets the next action.
The next action?
Well, who gets to go first next?
Okay.
I'm just waiting for the initiative thingy to come up. Or are we not doing the initiative thingy?
No, you do. Yeah, we are. Let me.
That's what I was looking for.
Did you
have
give
to
me
specifically go to the initiative vigilance in the combat tab?
Yeah, go to the
Yes.
initial vigilance.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Hey, Jay?
Yes, there we go.
Did you give me the boost die for the quick strike? Because I acted before it did.
That's a lot more PCs than we have.
Yeah, I did. It did not clear. Actually, that. So your. Oh, I hit the wrong vigilance. Oh. So I hit the wrong vigilance, and Clicky, you didn't hit your vigilance either.
No.
All right. So
Hold on. Where?
I was just waiting for the thingy.
yeah, so I gotta. There we go. So okay, Clicky, you got a 1.1. Kurt, you got a 1.1. Lino got a 1.1. Wow. Nice.
We're all going at once.
Yep, pretty much.
Mhm.
And then Kira got a 0.1 and Shiloh got a 0.1. All right. And I'm add the one. Now I need to roll bad boy. So why was that was the okay. Whatever. Oh, there it is. That's what I need to hit. Here we go. All right. Ooh.
For those playing along at home, even when you screw up the initiative rolls, it's still a lot faster to do it this way.
Yes. So basically, it's going to start off as this thing gets an action first. Oh, it gets to go. You shot it, and it is hurting because you did 8.
Yeah.
Yeah. It did not like that. It did not like that at all. And it's still up, but it's hurting, and it's looking at you, and you just get this, and the two, and he comes over and he opens up the he's going to start opening up the ramp again.
As someone who speaks binary, what did he actually say?
He's like, screw you. Wait until, screw you, wait until my friends come. And he's going to try to go out the door. But it's starting to open up, and it's going to take a round for the door to open for him to go out. Before that happens, everyone gets a shot of what they want to do. So
Clicky can shoot again?
Yes, Clicky can shoot again.
So Clicky gets to aim this time?
Clicky can aim this time.
Okay, that means I get 2 more blue bonus dice.
Oh no.
Remind me what the Marksman H combat remote droid is.
Not
Because I have that in my tools and I do not remember what it is.
I think you have parts for droid. We'll have to go through that again, things of that nature.
Yeah.
Jim, Clicky. So you're aiming, so you're taking 1 maneuver to aim.
Right.
And then so you get 1 for that?
2.
Because of a talent or because of the blaster?
When using maneuver to aim, gain 2 blue bonus dice.
And that's the blaster, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so and those are already incorporated in. Got it.
No, the blaster has 2 naturally.
Oh.
And then I get 2 if I aim. So I have 4 when I aim.
That's right.
And if I go first, I have 5.
That's right. That's why. Yep. Okay. Now the
wow.
Now how do you feel? How do you feel now, Kurt? Good? Good about your build? Good?
Back to CN with her like.
That's why I was asking if you added the blue one for quick strike when I went last time.
Yep. Okay. So go ahead and shoot.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it goes.
Oh good Lord. Oh, my God.
You blast it, and it just and falls to the ground.
We could have talked to it.
And do I still have a move maneuver?
No, your movement was to aim.
Okay.
So after you blast it, it hits the ground. Ding, 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 ding. The thing that you hear now is beep, beep.
Shit.
I'm going to go over and try to disarm the bomb.
Just shoot it, Clicky. I mean, what's the worst that could happen?
So you run over to it. Oh, this is going to be a mechanics check.
That's all right. I have 5 dice in that too.
God damn.
This is going to be, because the time is going to be very hard.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a boost because you know droid.
And I'll use a light side point.
I will upgrade that. It's going to be a hard check.
That's all right. I'll bribe roll 20. I'll do what I need to do.
Time. Yeah. It's the dice pool is set.
Oh.
But I got advantages.
You do have
so
advantages.
Not all is lost.
So you have a choice. As you're trying to, you cannot disarm it. But the ramp is there.
How
Get out the
far
door.
open is the ramp at this point?
It's opening enough, and the force field's open enough that you could push it out if you wanted to.
I think that's what I'm going to have to do.
Aw. Sorry, Linu.
Before you do that, who is Shiloh and Chaff? Who would be in the next order of things, and what would you want to do? As Lino is just kind of like, and this frustration of like, I can't undo it. What would Shaft or Shiloh do?
Well, I think Shiloh would try to help drag it out if possible. No, yeah.
Hey, Jay,
Yeah.
because we didn't actually say anything for the 4 advantages that I got.
Oh, yeah.
Can we say that it was already rolling that way and it just rolls out?
Sure.
Okay.
But I just want to double check to see if Shaft does anything to expedia this or do anything else.
Nah, he's just like looking at Clicky, like he's like Chaff is still just kind of holding his coat out, still like he's gonna try and catch it, and he's just like, "God damn, man!"
All right, at least
Brutal.
Jeff follows instructions.
So it starts to roll a little bit more as it had to stop. So as Linu was trying to get it, but because of the moment, as she kind of let go, like it starts to roll because it just kind of drops down and it starts to roll out, and she kind of gives it that push. So it definitely flies out. And actually, Shiloh or you could shut the ramp back up, like stop mid and go back and just let it just goes back behind the ship before it explodes.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll shut the ramp as soon as it rolls out.
Okay. So you shut the ramp and and you hear this as it explodes behind the ship as you're getting there. Suddenly the proximity alarm goes off and there you sense there's an explosion just behind the ship. Mute.
No weapons offline. Can't. I'm just like kind of flailing around, like trying to maybe give it a couple of short bursts to try to angle the ship, see where it's coming from. But other than that, I can't really do anything.
Yep. Okay. So as it starts to settle, as you realize things are like, okay, your engines are offline, your hyperdrive is offline. You've got maybe 2 days, and you might be able to fix them before both 2 days happen. It would be up to Linu and her mechanics role, and anyone else would like to help her to get these things going.
Oh yeah,
Look,
I would.
I
After that
traced the
moment
message.
of staring out the ship and being like, we could have befriended that. Just gonna head straight to the engine room and start getting the engines back online.
Well, the droid's still in the ship. It just dropped.
No. They kicked it out.
No, the
of the
droid
ship.
was the explosive.
Oh, the droid was. Oh, I thought there was a separate.
No,
Oh,
that's why the
okay.
shooting first didn't work because you started a bomb.
Yes.
Oh.
Clicking started the
Ah.
self-destruct on it.
Yeah.
I think knowing that we have 2
we weren't
days,
going to be able to befriend that thing.
I think knowing that we have 2 days,
Say
and
that.
hearing the explosion and whatnot, like I'll leave the cockpit to find people, and I'll be like, okay, so I traced the message. We've got like maybe 2 days before they get here. So I don't know, all hands on fixing stuff. Linu, what should we do?
Well, first things first, let's get the flare engines working, and then we can get the FTL engines working.
Great.
Now, the dice pool are set, so you're going to have one roll to be able to fix everything. Everyone is helping. I've upgraded. I've added a boost as well. There's a setback because of stuff, but with everyone working together, this is how quickly you're going to be able to get things back online. And
Okay.
again, the dice pool is set, so whenever
All
you
right.
are ready, give us that roll.
Roll 20, help me.
Yeah.
4
Me
successes, 2 advantage. You know what? They weren't.
I don't have
Like-
any experience deactivating bombs, but I know engine.
And so the thing it was just like one knob. It was like one little thing that was burnt out, one little thing that was here. You're like, oh yeah, boom, and you're like, boop. And within a
Oh
few
yeah, and through
hours,
most of this period, she has her like keypads off, so she's actively like not speaking to anyone. Like she's giving them the silent treatment.
like within a half a day, you're like, yep, you're off, and you are back on track, and you're flying, and you're like I said, you're about 3 days out from where you need to go, and pirates would not be able to find you.
See, shooting works.
No, it doesn't.
So probably a day into this travel, like not immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Once she's had some time to cool off.
Like, hey, oh, sorry.
Steve, when I say don't shoot, perhaps don't shoot.
Shakes his head.
Think of the information, even if the droid did not become a friend or an ally, think of the information we could have gotten from its system logs. We could have known who was tracking us. We could have known who set its routines in order. We could have known why they wanted to set its routines in order.
More importantly, we could have wiped his memory and sold it for a cool 20,000 credits, but no.
Or turned it into a prank bot of our own.
This is when Clicky pulls out one of those glasses that he tried, giving Kier to, and he produces a bottle of something and just pours himself a drink and just sits in a chair.
Pretty sure that's damn engine coolant.
Perhaps it will teach him to empathize with droids.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen at all.
Yeah, he messed with his gunnery turret. This thing was going to die.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So in the next few days, you get to your first stop where you have to refuel. You get whatever you need, and it's all paid for. So you get into the system.
Oh, it's all paid for?
It's all paid
By
for.
someone else?
Yeah, this is part of the contract of
Right, the refueling
yeah,
is right.
the refueling. So and the location that you're getting refueled at. So you come out of hyperspace at the planet. You get your dock. They communicate with you. You indicate they bring you right to a private dock. They come out. They refuel you. They get everything else, and you're ready to go within an hour.
And were we on schedule
Yeah.
still?
You're a little late, but not without. You're not off the leeway of time.
Okay.
So you're still within time.
And is Avery still just? Are we just leaving her conveniently unconscious? She's okay though.
She's awake within the next few days. She was probably out for like 8 hours, and she's
Deus
just
Ex
like,
consciousness.
yeah. So she's probably just like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in my bunk, and I'm just gonna have some fun, and I'm just gonna stay here. Let me know when the trip is
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Should we send a message to what's his name that hired us to let him know about this thing? Got
Raxel.
activated? Yeah.
I would actually.
I think perhaps we should communicate the information to Barb. It could indicate a lack of security in her junkyard, which could be hazardous to her own health.
So the one thing I'm going to say within the next few days of actually, Linu, you'd be analyzing everything. And with Avery there to kind of help, you've deduced that the pirates left a trap, that this droid was a sabotage droid. But whoever found the ship, it was run into the electrical, into the communications. So generally what would happen is someone would find the ship, they would get the systems back online, once they got the systems back online, it would reactivate this droid. As they started to go, within a day, this droid would basically take them out, recall the pirates, so they wasn't too far out. But you realize when they found the ship, they only activated the bare minimum of systems, and it didn't activate the trap. It wasn't.
So my repair work was what did it.
Repair work is what activated the trap.
See, now you can't blame Clicky for this.
She even tells Clicky that's the reason.
Thank you for the raid, everyone. We just got raided.
Yeah, welcome, Raider.
Yeah.
Thank you, Roll Magic.
Thank you, Raiders.
Hello,
Thanks,
hello.
Roll Magic.
So you realize that it was actually, your repairing of the communication device, and it was a subroutine in the communication device that activated the pirate trap, which activated the sabotage droid that went through everything. And that's why it was going to take 2 days for the pirates to come back, because you're in a whole different system.
Am I able to get more information off the logs of the communication that were sent?
All you got was it was targeted during the same location area that the ship was found in that sector, and it was just basically the information was along the lines of it's a standard message of telling the pirates, and it didn't say who it was. It was just like activation, sabotage.
So it didn't have like the futuristic version of an IP address,
Nope.
IPv6 type thing.
No, it was just it was a mass, like it just went to the sector, and you're pretty sure it would get picked up by something, and that would be relayed. So, and that's a standard pirate technique. Instead of a straight communication with an IP address, it's a broadband to a sector, and they would have
multicasting.
Yeah, exactly, and then it would pick up. So,
I'm technical enough to know how to actually translate that into real text speak.
but yeah, so and that's why all it happened, because like I said, so as you're going.
Multicasting is such a dirty, dirty technology. I do not like it. Anyway, that's a whole different rant for a different day.
Does Linu share this, or is this Linu info?
That is Emily info, but Linu shares the opinion.
Ivory also.
Do you mean does Linu share the information with the team?
Yeah, about the pirate stuff. Multicasting aside,
there would likely be a rant that would be a very unfortunately detailed tech rant that would probably partially make sense about how it was done.
Ivory would say, you know what? It wasn't until we were flying that it activated again. But, it was probably because the systems got repaired at the barbs. But now that it was active and we were just using a lot of the systems, it probably activated at that time. It's the story that Ivory's saying.
So we checked to make sure there's not any more pirate traps, right?
Yep, and there's no more. And you've got days to be able to check this. And yep, there's no more. And with Ivory being a former pirate, she would have said that yep, it's just one. And it's a standard, it's a tactic that pirates will use, is that they will board, take a ship, leave a trap. When someone comes to get it, then they get stranded. They come back. Now they've got someone else to pirate. And that's kind of one of those tactics that she kind of uses that pirates would do.
Yeah, no offense, Ivory, but pirates are assholes.
Yeah, they are.
Also, Emily, the player, realizes that Ivory is not able to answer this the way she would. But there would be the question from Linua.
Wouldn't that sort of negate the opinion that there was an assassination involved? It doesn't seem practical to leave a trap on a ship where you are assassinating someone to lure someone else back.
Good cover, but it's also added.
Well, it does. If somebody was coming to investigate that was actually, that might actually be a threat, they would find out somebody was investigating and be able to take out anybody who might be able to follow up on the assassination attempt.
Between high-level politicians and a wealthy corporation, it's incredibly unlikely that no one would investigate. Money talks, as they say.
Yeah. Uh,
I have learned one or two idioms in my time alive, Jeff.
You know,
Have you-
I mean, for once, you're right.
have you learned the idiom "smells fishy"?
Why would it smell fishy?
Uh, Never
Has it been
mind.
in the ocean?
No, no, but it's definitely fishy.
Is it like when someone calls someone salty?
No, salty means angry. No. What Shiloh's talking about means that it is suspicious in nature
Then why not say it's suspicious? It's fewer syllables.
because it
Yeah.
doesn't sound as cool. That's why.
Right? Yeah. Idioms are fun.
I think
Idioms
that's a
are
matter
fun.
of opinion.
But you're right. It's suspicious in nature. Um,
And you
we're. Oh,
go ahead. No,
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go
No,
ahead.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say, is multiple days are kind of bleeding. You hit your second stop off again. The same thing.
I was actually going to see if I could do something real quick because I don't have a skill that lets me do this, but I do have very high mechanics and a history with engines. Is it possible that I could somehow boost the engines to go just like a teensy bit faster for a leg of the journey?
Maybe. It would be a very hard check.
I believe you.
But I'm like, you know what? Why not?
Since we lost some time there, I may as well see if we can try and make it up since we're technically not allowed to go off the route. But like if we needed to, I could definitely get in that back door and like make some modifications.
Sure. And you would have had another stop. So yeah, the dice pool is set. It's gonna give you a setback with 4 purple. But
It's gonna be a mechanics roll.
Mechanics roll.
Can
I
I assist?
use a light side point?
Ooh, so let me upgrade that. If you wanted to assist.
Yeah, because I've got full throttle. So like I actually have an ability to make the ship go faster for rounds, not for the amount of time, but like I could say like, oh well, look, when I'm trying to get an extra kick of speed, here's what I do, right? So first of all, I bypass the normal injector restrictors, and then I walk her through like a surprisingly technical.
I think there might be a better way to do it than bypassing the injector restrictors, as you could end up with damage to the engine if you bypass them for too long.
Well, sure. I mean, that's a short-term solution. You're trying to go for a longer period of time. I'm just,
Perhaps
trying
we
to
can actually modify it with a more secure gasket and make sure that there's more fuel being injected into the engine at a single moment, which could allow us to increase the speed that we're traveling.
As this conversation is going on, I just picture Chaff pouring booze into his cup and Clicky's cup as they're both just kind of staring at this conversation. Like he just like pours him some and pours some for Clicky. Just kind of like.
You're still going to have to override some of the safety protocols on the secondary systems because it's going to try to kick that off. But I like where you're going with it.
This is when Clicky grabs the bottle and just pours more of it.
I think we could raise the alert threshold on some of the safety mechanisms in order to make it so that it didn't alert before a certain point at which it would be dangerous, since most of those thresholds are set for the point where it's not yet dangerous but could become dangerous.
Oh, I know.
Shiloh walks in during this and just grabs the bottle.
Just takes a swig straight from it.
Oh, yes.
Who's winning?
Jury's still out, I think.
Right. No, I know what you mean. It's completely ridiculous how low they set the thresholds. I mean, you should just be able to tell while you're flying the ship anyway. And the fact that they try to have the computer override the common sense of a pilot is just ridiculous.
Are they
I'm with you 100%, Lena.
I think that they suspect a lower level of common sense amongst common pilots. Perhaps they only expect for experienced pilots flying their plane.
Definitely flirting.
Absolutely. I mean, come on. If you can't understand when your hands on the stick how you're supposed to control something this big and powerful, what are you
they're
doing in the
definitely
chair?
flirting.
The one question I have, GM question, is Kier, do you have any mechanics proficiency skill? Any yellows?
Let me go have a look there.
You got any
Nobody
yellow?
let me work on their engine. I don't actually know how cars work.
No,
I know how
not at
computers
all.
work.
This is not at all. This is all just like
Okay.
like what I've probably half picked up from like hot wiring stuff and talking with other people and knowing what I usually have to either do myself or get someone else to do when
I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think you're required to disclose that you hotwired stuff.
No.
Jay, Clicky actually has one. He has one yellow and one green in mechanics. So,
Okay.
while the two of them are talking and stuff, Clicky's going to go over because he probably understands some of what Linu is talking about, not so much what Kier is talking about, and he's going to assist her with the, like he'll be working on something else that he knows is going to help her.
Okay. So I have upgraded twice.
With his drink in his hand, of course.
Okay.
So you've got time. So I'm going to upgrade twice, give you a boost.
And you added that light side upgrade?
So that's one of the upgrades because of Clickies. That's going to upgrade, and because of Cure boost, and there's a setback because of it's hard, and
it's a very difficult thing to do.
And it's 4 purples. So with all that dice pool set together, make your roll. The dice are set. Oh.
Well, we didn't fail.
The ship took 2 strain because it did the.
Oops.
Whoops.
Perhaps this would be something best done in dry dock.
Mute.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Here.
Oh, yeah.
So, as you continue on, you're not able to boost up, but if you want to give me an actually, Kier, give me an astrogation check, because maybe you can shave off something from this a little bit. Let me get the dice pool set on that.
Also, full disclosure, I knew that if we failed that roll, there was a non-zero chance that we were going to end up dead in the water.
I almost threw a red in there just for despair, but I decided, nah, we're just going to go that way. It's going to try to shave off based off of the coordinates already in there. It's going to be a hard check, but straight off all of it. But yeah, give me an astrogation check just to see if you could get it shave off any time. Yes. You're able to shave off a little bit of time, but the ship took 2 more system strain. So the ship is getting strained, but Linu is probably going to be able to fix that strain over the course of time. So you're able to get there quicker and get on time. So
do we get any of our strain back that we damaged that we take? Okay.
You will all, except for Clicky, you will have 2 strains still. And then everyone will be at 1 strain over the course of the next 7 days.
Okay.
Because, Clicky, you are still upset about this droid. And you are pissing people off about how upset you are with this droid.
Taking things. And
I mean, I just imagine sometimes Clicky just talking to himself, all pissed off, kicks something and just walks on to the other room. Because he's just like, because you're just still pissed about this droid messing with your stuff.
I'd have all these things to talk to Avery about, but she's not here, so I'll wait.
Yeah.
Okay. So over the course of the next 7 days or so, is there anything else that you want to do, or once you get a specific dock, you got about an hour? Are you leaving the ship at all? You're going to stay on the ship? Is there anything that you're going to do within the next, like I said, few days as you're finishing your trip?
Yeah, I do. Shiloh, and I'll let others decide if they want to find out about this or not. He's like kind of being sneaky, but not necessarily he's trying to be subtle. But they go to they ask around at these different space docks, like, is there like, is there some place where somebody like, could hide you know, uh, from some of the gangs? Like, is there a place like an opening anywhere for like medical help, things like that? Like sorry, not Clicky. Shiloh is like looking for ways out. Basically.
Get away from us.
uh,
Oh my
well,
God.
you take it how you want. But yeah, Shiloh is like, and I think anybody like could figure this out pretty easily. Shiloh is not planning on going back to Tatooine.
Okay. So over the course, like the 3 stops that you have. So the first stop is Darkenin is a planet, and then, like I said, it took about 9 days. The next stop, it's at Eriadu, Eriadu. It's heavily military. It's heavily Imperial controlled.
And that's not no.
So
never mind.
So the thing that happens when you get here, though, actually, I forgot. There's one thing that does happen. As you get into the system on your second stop, you get a communication from the Imperials around Edu, or to me, not Edu, Erol.
Eriadu?
Eriadu. So, an Imperial patrol ship, you get a communication. Greetings, vessel. This is the Imperial Armored Patrol Ship Retribution. What is the purpose at Edu?
Where the Crimson something?
Dawn. Tell them the Crimson Dawn.
No. We
Tell
are
them the Crimson Dawn.
We are
Crimson Star.
Crimson Star. That was it.
Yeah. Crimson Dawn's a different thing.
Yeah.
Very different. Do not tell them.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Retribution, this is Bardu class space yacht Crimson Star. We're coming in for refueling.
Purpose? Destination?
To get more fuel on the ship and then leave?
I believe for confirmation, our final destination is Garinthium, right?
It's Bardendota is the final destination. But you know that the system that you're going to, one of the other locations that you're going to go to was actually, the last stop was Garendon. So Gurathon. So it's Gerrenthum.
Yeah.
And that would be our next stop.
That would be your next stop, yes.
And do I know, and is Gurnthum Empire friendly?
Not really. I mean, it's not friendly or not friendly.
We also do have fees paid, and we have like official paperwork.
Right.
That is correct.
From
so yeah, so I'd say we've already got a scheduled stop here. I can transmit our paperwork if you'd like to see it.
Yes, please do.
And I'll send that over.
I'm gonna go find Chaff and tell him that Kier is talking to Imperials.
Absolutely nothing can go wrong with that,
right? So, isn't that what you do? Is the talking stuff?
Yeah, I mean, that's
I feel like
generally
Kier
what
does a lot of talking.
Like that's my forte, but I mean, we ain't been getting shot out of the sky yet, so
But you're gonna just wait and see.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? I mean, at this point,
we get shot out of the sky, Chap. That's what the worst could happen.
Listen, if there's an escape pod, I'm sure it'll fit 2. We'll be fine.
Okay. I'm gonna go stand by these escape pods.
No, I like he just kind of smirks and like walks up to the cockpit. Like
speaking to Shiloh directly,
I do think that Raxel is attempting to follow the law in this specific exchange.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Imperials. I would rather not end up in any kind of Imperial custody.
They don't just throw folks in jail just cuz.
Oh, yes, they do actually.
Why would you be in Imperial custody?
There's no reason.
Then you ain't got nothing to worry about.
All right.
There's no reason, so there is a reason.
Oh yeah, I guess there was a double negative use there for a minute. Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go stand by the escape pod, so
Okay.
I'll wait for you there.
All right then. Hey, Lenu, I think there's some sketch about Shiloh.
Well, Shiloh did come with Avery, and Avery is a former pirate, so I think it is possible that they were both engaged in some sort of criminal operation.
You really think they was engaged? Damn. All right.
No, I believe you're misunderstanding me as engaged to be
Clicky's shaking
married.
his head at this conversation.
I mean that they were taking part in a criminal operation.
Well, I mean, we're like barely above board, so I kind of get it.
I believe that by all measures, we are entirely above board. For this specific mission, Raxel appears to have made every attempt to make sure that this entire operation is entirely legal. The smuggling containers were even empty.
If you think that Rexel is totally on the up and up, we need to teach you about a little thing called accessory after the fact.
No, I do not
but-
think Raxel is on the up and up. I think Raxel is a well-known criminal who has done a lot of smuggling in the outer rings, but more to the point that this specific operation appears to be entirely legal and within the bounds of interstellar regulations.
All right, so what's the problem? Why would Shiloh be so uppity?
I suspect that Shiloh might have a warrant out for their arrest. Otherwise, their mere presence would not be an issue.
That's fair.
And at this moment, here, I need a charm or a
And I don't
negotiation
care
roll.
if Shiloh could hear me. That's just the logical conclusion. Like,
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Negotiation or charm or deception, actually. Mainly charm or negotiation would be my first thought.
Well, because I'm not trying to deceive
no,
them.
then it would be charm or negotiation.
Right, because I've got legitimate
You
paperwork.
do, and that's why you get a boost.
Great. Well, I'm going. Then it's negotiation.
All right, give me that negotiation roll.
I would sure. It's gonna make sure I don't happen to have some kind of sideways skill that helps me, because that would probably be good. Nope, sure don't. Okay, so here we go. Negotiation.
Oh,
There you go.
Hey.
That's a success
See?
with 2 advantage. So
Just have a little
basically,
faith.
after a few minutes and your ship's getting scanned, it seems like, they go, something else catches their attention. At which point they're like, ship's Crimson Star, continue en route. And you are able to pass no problem without an inspection.
Great. Thanks. Have a great day.
And you make your way, you land, you get refueled after an hour. Shiloh, you kind of check around a little bit if you wanted to.
Actually,
Okay.
I very pointedly do not
Okay.
check around. Yeah, like they
Got
might
it.
have seen me check around at the previous place, but I
Got it.
pointedly do not check around at Ariadu.
Question:
Yes.
do they have the equivalent of a 7-Eleven right
Yes.
here at there? All right, cool.
Actually,
I go
are
get
you
I go
getting
get some.
here
I go
from
get some. I
gift
go get some
burritos?
rocket wraps, and I come back with rocket wraps for the whole crew,
Yep.
and just be like, well, I guess I'm just a gopher now.
You're still just trying to get me to eat in front of you.
like he just holds it out like.
And the next few days, like I said, then 2 days later, you eventually get to your next stop. And then same thing, refueling, everything goes fine, there's no issues, and you're on your last stop on the way to Port Moores. and you are getting into Darlin Boda is the planet, and Port Moors is one of the shadow ports. There are 3 shadow ports on Darlin Boda. There's the Darlin Boda shadow port, which is the main port. There is the Port Moors that you are going to, and the third one is Teardrop, or excuse me, Drop Falls. I got to double check the specific name because the GM does not have it in front of him. Because he has anyway. To recap, you've got instructions to land at a private landing bay in Port Moors. There, once you've landed, you need to go to the cantina called the Joyful Bliss. There, you're going to meet Sea Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
And
who is hold on, I have notes on this. Representative's name is C. Bliss, who is, I have it written down somewhere, who C. Bliss is. They're like
Not
the owner of the Joyal.
Not Sea Bliss.
Not Sea Blisket. They're
But-
like the owner of the.
Yep, he is the owner of the Joyful Bliss. He
runs the Joyful Bliss.
large-
He'll have next job as well as the ship to complete it.
Yep, and the payment for this job, which was 600 credits, plus the information on your next job. And he is a human male, muscular that you go, but the Joyful Bliss is his cantina. And as you're on your final destination, as you're flying into Port Moore, you get the communications of where you need to land. The air traffic control communicates with you. You send the information. They give you the location of where you need to land. And if you divert your attention to roll 20,
a map,
you will see
a map.
Port Moors. This
It's
is
a map.
Port Moors.
It's a map. It's a map.
So this is kind
Everyone,
of like
this is your pilot speaking. We'll be landing at Port Moors in just a few minutes. If you look out the right side port viewpoint, you can see actually not a bad little place. It's got some bigger buildings and some smaller buildings, and a lot of them around. So we've got a thing we're going to be landing into. Got our own private port, and we'll be in about 5 minutes.
Am I getting any extra flyer miles for the droid incident?
I'm sorry, sir. There's no flyer miles available with our current. If you would like to upgrade to the next tier of your frequent flyer program, I'm sure that we could help you. I'm practicing. Did that sound good? Did that sound like that's something like we should offer people if we do any like transportation?
Yeah.
Clicky gives you the thumbs up.
Here, I don't think we should offer flyer miles. I feel like it's a scam.
I mean, realistically, what is a mile?
Well, maybe we could do
Parsec.
like premium parsecs. That would be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Platinum
Premium
premium
parsec.
parsec program.
This sounds
So-
like a scam that could very quickly backfire.
But it's like no, it's like a pyramid of benefits that we could offer people. I think it'd be fine.
Right. And then they can only use those points that they earn through our parsecs in our catalog, which they can only access on our flights.
Oh, do you think we could like maybe Chaff, could you pitch that to Raxel and then maybe like there's a cut for us?
Maybe not Raxel, but I mean I know a guy.
Oh, all right.
And
Yeah.
as you're flying, you realize this is kind of a plateau, like an upcrop of basin, and there's mud pits. There's all these mud pits that surround it. And what you're realizing is that the industry here is that they harvest the mud and they use it to make ceramics for different.
it's like Janestown.
Very, very similar, yes. And this is the industry at this Shadowport. And you are going to be instructed to land right here. Now, there is a ton of ships, like landing bays here. And actually, let me take that back. You are actually going right here in this private landing bay, right here. And outside, like over this direction, you will see multiple ships, larger ships. So what happens is a lot of ships land out here and then go in. While some ships will have different industry standards will land here, some additional fighters or things of that nature will land as well. But so there is a lot of ships coming and going, and there's a lot of ships that can potentially land here at different times. So as you land, you get out, like I said, it's privately owned, you're sitting out. There's we're gonna have it a Gand, like the three-eyed individual. He's mechanic, he owns it, like, welcome. Yes, I see you've completed delivery of the ship. You know what to do, right?
Yeah,
Where you
we
need to
dropped
go?
the
Yes,
ship off.
we need to speak to Sea Bliss. I would like to speak about some repairs and improvements that were made to the ship that were done partially because it was semi-operable when we were assigned to it.
You can talk to C about that. I'm just checking the ship in to make sure that you're here. He kind of transmits a receipt in a way to your data pad that Rax.
I made a fully itemized invoice of all repairs that were done.
Oh, okay. I'll take that then. He kind of gets that and says, "Oh, I see. Okay. Well, like I said, C will have all your info." And he's just kind of looking at and kind of gets a little impressed on how you categorized it and everything else. Is like, "Oh, well, okay. All right."
He likes spreadsheets. I get it.
Yeah. So as you step out of this hangar, that it's hot. It's a little on the humid side, but
Oh no, humid? No, I don't do humid.
yeah, so it's a little bit of humid because it's just that mud. Normally it would be like really dry, but because of the mud, there's actually quite a bit of humidity. It's not super humid, but it's just enough to, like the water in the area. And you're making your way, and we're given instruction on where the cantina was, and it's right in over here. You've got a little bit of about 15 minutes to be able to get there. And Port Moore, it's bustling. I mean, there's a lot, 2-story buildings, and 1-story buildings. There's people that live here. There's a lot of cantinas. There's different shops of markets, things of that nature, water towers. So it's a very industrial place as well as a fully functioning port of many different things. You can, if you think about it, you might be able to find it here. And money's coming in, like I said, industry's kind of coming in. So there's a lot of ships, a lot of industry. And as you're making your way, you see that sign outside the front door in neon. It's like it's first it's like a metal cut out the words "joyful bliss" in this big sheet of like rusted metal. And then they're just behind it, there's a little bit of these neon lights that kind of light up a little bit when it needs to in the window and behind this metal sign. And it's very clear the joyful bliss. Anything you're going to do,
right.
stand in front.
Let's go get paid.
Let's go.
And with that, we're going to pause for episode. Thank you, everyone, for joining us tonight. We are going to say goodnight. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for the raids. And again, as we like to say, have fun, be kind, and don't be a jerk. See you next time.
Bye.
Bye.